All right. Well, here we go again, friends. Doc South here, and got an email. Well, I guess something on Facebook. Like you know how they people will send you little sayings and all, and which is fine. I love getting them. Some of them are pretty cool. This one, and I quote, it's from something, and I guess I should give them some kind of notoriety or acknowledgement that I didn't do this myself. It's from something called F sensitivity. I think I know what the F is all about. Anyway, here it says F sensitivity. It's just one of these, you know how some folks will just send a little one sentence saying out to their friends. Well, here you go. This one says, I won $2 in the Mega Millions lottery. Please respect our privacy as our family decides how to move forward in this exciting and pivotal moment in time. Yes. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I know once Sandy about had a heart attack. I gave her one of those, scratch offs. It was some kind of, I don't know, Pyramids of the Orient or some such thing game. And you scratched, I think, the various blocks on the pyramid. It was something like that. It was, one of the novelty type cards. Yeah, it wasn't just you win. You scratch it says you win. You had to go through a whole bunch of rigmarole. And she won $500. Yeah. Oh, I thought Sandy was going to have a heart attack. I mean, she's a tough girl and everything, but man, this really, she's going, and screaming, running around. We had a store then. She's running around the store screaming. And she needed it to, I guess, she needed the money desperately to do, I think she was wanting to, I think, put a down payment down on a car, and she didn't have the money. And so this just came right out of the blue. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was the tall guy on the old totem pole for that. I'll tell you. Yes, sir. Well, it went over very well. And, but it's interesting. Lotteries. I know everyone says, "Oh boy, what would I do if I won that $4.5 billion prize?" And it's an inconceivable amount of money. I mean, after I'm beginning to think, yeah, I'll get in it. If a group, like if everyone at work is going to put in $2, I'll do that. But honestly, I don't know. I mean, it's almost too much money. Well, yes, you can have too much. Case in point, I ran into a guy shortly after Sandy hit that. Of course, it was the topic of conversation in our store, Sandy's big win. And I remember one guy came in, we got to talking, as usual, like we did in my old secondhand store, or our secondhand store, Sandy's and mine. And I said, yeah, boy, you should have seen Sandy. She's like, just about clutching her chest and rolling on the floor like she's having a fit. I mean, he says, well, he says, don't tell anyone. And he's looking over his shoulder and stuff, and he says, I once won $1 million. He says, I did. I said, you did? $1 million? He says, yeah, yeah. He says, and I'll tell you the truth. He said, it's almost not worth it. He says, you can't imagine. First off, he said it was $1 million. That's a lot of money. When it was done, when taxes were done, it was about $500,000. He said it was something in that neck of the woods. And he said he said it was great, but he said it also wasn't. He says they somehow or another word got out that I won it. And he says, my God, my phone wouldn't stop ringing. People were coming over. People wanted money, charity. Hey, would you consider giving to wayward orangutans? We only need $10,000 to get us through this, what is possibly going to be a very rough winter in Uganda. Yeah, it's, things he said, and then he says, you say, no, you can't. And they look at you like you're the worst slime ball on earth. And he says, oh, he says, after a while, and some of the charities were very real, decent charities, you know. But he said, God, if I gave it all away, he said, I wouldn't have any. You know, and at the same time, he said, after a while, I was beginning to think, maybe I should just give it away, get rid of it. He said it was like a darn curse. It almost like that ring in The Hobbit. You know, everybody wants it till you get it, and then it's more. He said honestly, he says the best thing to do. He says if you ever win, don't let anyone know. Don't let word get out, and don't spend it like you're a drunken sailor. Just put it away, and you know use it as you see fit. He said if you think about it, 500 grand. He says how old are you? Back then I was about I don't know, 55, something like that. He says that would be enough money if you worked at a job you really liked, regardless of what it paid. That would probably get you through, you know, till the day you die and then some. You'd be able to leave some money to your family. Probably you get a good financial planner. You keep mum's the word, and bingo. And he says no one hates you. No charities are calling you up at 3 in the morning or climbing in your bedroom window with a pen and a contract. He said he said, oh my God, and he said all the harebrained business schemes that came out of the woodwork. He says, you just can't imagine. You just can't imagine. And then he says it's your health too. He says, think about it. You get that shock when you win. He says, you didn't he says, wasn't I here about a year ago and you were getting over heart trouble? I said, yeah, I had stents put in my heart. I had bad arteries. He says, God, the shock. He says, you should have felt my heart beating. I could have. And then it hit me. I said, you know something, mister? I just realized I once won. Oh, well, I thought I won. I said, let me explain. I had a lottery ticket back in the day. This would have been, oh gosh, let me think. In the very early 70s in Pennsylvania, they had a lottery. I think it was basically you picked 6 numbers out of, let's say, 50, or whatever it was. I think it was, yeah, there was something like 60 numbers. You had to pick 5 of them. And if you got them, you got 50 grand. And of course, there would be X amount of winners every week because, frankly, you know, if 2 or 3 million people won, well, 2 or 3 and played the game, it was 50 cents a ticket, if I recall right. And I think you got something if you had 4 and something else if you got 3. After that, well, tough noogies. But it made money for the state. It brought people. What they did was they posted the sign of the winning numbers on the state liquor store because at that time, maybe still, I wouldn't know, but they posted. They sold liquor in state-run stores. The state handled the liquor, and which was fine, I guess. And a lot of states do that, or did anyway. And so they posted. So I was walking down the sidewalk, town nearby, and I said, well, gee, let me check, oh my gosh. And I get my hat. I had bought a ticket, and I hold it up to the window, and I'm looking, and I had 1 number, 2, 3, 4. I had all 5. I go, oh my God, and my chest starts going. Now let's see, at that point I would have been in my late 20s. It's like this. Here. Yeah, it was like, oh, I'm turning blue. I pretty much fell to my knees, and I'm oh, God, yeah, all that stuff you do. And a guy comes over and says, "Mister, you okay?" God, what's the matter? He says, like, look. He says, well, hold on. He says, let me. Oh my God, you won. You won, mister. Now this guy's getting a little funky. And he says, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yeah, relax. It's the wrong week. Yeah, this is next week. This is last week. Oh my God. Oh, here, take your ticket back. And he didn't take my ticket or anything. No, not at all. But he sat down with me. He says, "Oh my God," he says, "it wasn't even my ticket." And I thought I was going to croak. And God, oh my God, you're lucky you're alive and you're so young. I said, "Yeah. Oh, it's the wrong week." He says, "Yeah, look." He says, I didn't see. No, I was watching. You didn't switch it." Oh my God, you're right. It's the wrong week. Oh, I said, "God, I need a drink." He says, "Me too." He says, how much money you got?" I said, "I think I got $1." He says, "Well, I got $1. Let's go get some booze and just sit here till the chest pains go down. What do you say?" I said, "Yeah." Oh my God. So, but it was, yeah, in a way, it might not be good for some people to win. Oh, jeez. I don't know. I guess you get over it and you start spending it like crazy. But honestly, the 50 grand would have, man, that would have, phew, that would, oh my God, that would have, well, back then I think I worked pretty hard as a Boilermaker for about $3 an hour. What's that come out to? I don't know. 2 or 3 years worth of pay. It was something like that. Oh my God. And yet I thought I was going to die. Yeah. Anyway, so maybe get in the lottery, but watch it. Yeah, do it in moderation. Let's say it that way, because you never know. You might just win, and then it's curtains. Oh dear. Anyway, so I'll see you later, friends. Yeah, I'm going to buy a ticket next time they got a biggie, I guess. But honestly, I think I do better to buy when it ain't so big, because it's still big. It's more money than I'll ever see. God knows. Anyway, I'll see you later. Bye now, friends.